I'm gonna tell you some of my reviews of some of the best horror movies that I've picked or think are the best you might like to watch, guys. From my Clues and Spines horror movie review journal and logbook. So, let's have a look. Right, yep. Uh, not that one. It's not too bad. Well, I'll focus on one of the highest ones. That's bad. So, okay, this is one of the ones. Werewolves. This is a horror movie film. On the 30th of January 2025. I've watched it on the 30th of January 2025. Release date was the 23rd of January 2025. Subject genre was horror thriller. Director Stephen Samuel. With notes, good special effects, good acting, nearly believable. Overall rating 8. Well, because it wasn't too bad, it was a lot of fun. Best character, Frank Grillo and Ginger Stop. The best quote was, "Hey, bites me, Mum." And best scene was Gail walking through a simple popcorn and cup. But I had to see the dark because I'm in the dark tonight anyway. So, movie effects for werewolves was fun. Some effects were good. The story needed just a little bit more oomph, though, and it could have been more jumping a bit more out there, which would have probably given it and needed more story to it as well, and for the characters. So it was probably given it 10 out of 10, but other than that, it's not too bad. It's 8 out of 10. Could be better though. Title. Now, this is a good. This one's another one I like to see. If it's good, which is better than the one I just before. The one I mentioned before anyway. It's called Total Wolfman. The release date was the 17th of January 2025. Date it was subgenre horror, directed by Lee Royal. And I watched it on the 18th of January 2025. My review was that good storyline, good acting from actors and actresses, very believable, good special effects, and made you feel like you were part of the movie. The movie gave me chills, and some of a few like jump scares on the odd occasion. It made me, and also the best part is when they feel young again. And I would like to go and see it again, or watch it again at some point. So I gave it a rating out of, and then best characters The dad, the mum and the girl in the film. Best quotes would be swearing, what would be fuck, I am going, I am a new reporter, love you, you love me, Dad. Best thing, the mum shouting my dad because he is Ralph, or he becomes Ralph, and the girl that locks in the front room as well. She locks us in the front room. So the effects were amazing, made it look realistic, made it more interesting, made it more fun, and made it more out there. There's no more that I need to do with it, basically. They're done good. They're done 10 out of 10. Title Samala. Release dates the 6th of February 2021 and what February 2021, yeah. And subgenre, that's when it came out. Subgenre horror thriller, directed by Wazon Maft. I can't pronounce his last name or her last name. Date to watch was the 25th of February 2025. Great acting. This is my review, alright? They did good acting, good movie, effects, good storyline. But the only problem I had with this actual movie is not that everyone can read. Not everyone can read subtitles. Only if they could speak English, I would have given it, a rating of 10 out of 10, really. But because it's lacking a few things, including the subtitle thing, it's missing a few elements as well in the film, so I give it a rating out of 7. My best character was T-R-I, I can't pronounce the name properly, weird name spelling, but best quote from this person was, "This is how you make a tight ball." Best scene, can switch a angry mob, a few jump scares as well. So yeah. So some of these movies are a hit and miss. Like this one was not a film, but it still classes as a horror type thing, which probably make it into like a film type basis if they put all the episodes together in one lump. My echo alter with evil. Can't remember the date I watched it, but the release date was the 20th of October 2022. Subgenre documentary style horror. Director Carlos Melendez. Right. Best character. The ladies telling you their story and their priest or something like that. Best quote. It's a war between good and evil. Good and evil. To believe what is right and wrong. Best scene. Constantly reading the Holy Cross and the Church. Right, the 3 notes, or 1 notes. real life between good and devil and demons and fighting. It is very interesting and very cool. Information is okay and with it now. So basically, in other words, it was good effects, good backstory, good acting, lots of fun, a few good jump scares, but just needed to have a little bit more oomph in the actual movie. So that's why I rated it 9 out of 10. Really? Could have been better than that. This one was okay-ish. Could be much, much better in some respects. And could have added more power to the story itself, the characters and the effects. And that. Even though it's based on a kid's book or a teenager book or whatever. I don't. What? It was the Babadook. This date was the 24th of October 2014. Sub-genre horror mystery. Directed by Jennifer Kent. Watched it on the 30th of March 2025. Best characters. This is Babadook. Best quotes. Saying he's home 5 times. The Babadook. Right. Best scene. The Babadook making the one guy crazy and trying to scare her son. Could have been a lot more than that, though, to be fair. But so this is my review. Yeah. Basically, the mum and his son wasn't too bad with the public film. But could have added more. That's my review. I just turned it down so I'm going to make it easier. So we can understand. Is that they could have done better with the jump scares. The effects more powerful, make it more scarier than it looks like, and they could have done with a couple more characters. A few more characters than what they had to make it more realistic. That's why I rated it 7 out of 10. This is not a 5 or a 6 or anything like that. Because I'm not watching any of the bad ones. Right. Wow. Right. Right. This one's called Mass of Horrors. Didn't be an actual proper release date on this film, of Massive Horrors, except for one it came out in 2024. The subgenre is horror. Directors Brandon Peter. Commences and properly. It came out on the 10th of the 4th, 2025. I watched it on April 2025. Best character, Chloe. Best quotes, oh my god, screaming, crying, mumbling, and let's try and find the best body post or something like that. And then best scenes, joining all the characters to the wides, creeping mouse move, and etc. Very good. Well, my view is very good acting, very graphic scenes of effects to make you feel sick or jump scares. How the mouse moves sinisterly and sort of a creepy dance. So the film is creepy in itself, not too scary, but a little more jump scare, but more graphic details that makes you want to throw up. But it's not as bad as Terrifier, and it's not as bad as Winnie the Pooh and Blood and Honey at all. It's not as bad as them two films. So I gave it 10 out of 10 for FLI. That's for sure. Ooh, this one was really bad. This one was. Sort of bad, but not bad enough to put that one. So that's also Total Boom. Release date 2018. Subgenre horror. Director Luke Jordan. And then I watched it on 11th of April 2025. Best character, the mum and dad. Best quotes, there's such thing as ghosts. Barbie. And then eye for an eye. Tooth for a tooth. Best soon creepy kid reappears and disappears. Review. The acting was okay. Some special effects was also okay. A lot of room for improvements. So yeah, basically there was some effects, some good acting, but not all good acting, but some. They could have worked on the acting a bit more. Could have worked on special effects a little bit more to build up the story properly. Wasn't that brilliant? Could be worse. The only thing is that I'm not trying to be harsh, but it's rated at 3 out of 10. And this was in the position of 1 because that's basically the worst movie ever saw. Rated 1. Franken's. Frankenstein's Legacy didn't be a proper date except for release date 2024. Subgenre, thriller, horror, mystery. Directed by Paul Dunbridge or something like that. Watched it on the 22nd of April 2025. Best character Frankenstein. Fixer. Fixer. Best quote. Here's pronounce the name properly. Elizabeth. I'll come back to them. The best quote I can't say properly because the spelling's a bit awkward. Best scenes: Bride, the Monster, and Frankenstein all together. My review is that some of the characters are a bit slow, and so some of the characters a bit slow, and actors and actresses needed to be a bit faster. are more interesting for their characters. Counterparts. Special effects are spot on. The story is spot on. So basically, the story is spot on. The special effects are spot on. Basically, the characters are needed to speed up. The actors and actresses needed to speed up a bit more to make it more effective. So that's where I rated them 7 out of 10. Could be very better, you know. At What If You Dare, that's the total. This movie's What If You Dare. It's going to be a full release date except for a year of 2019. Subgenre horror. Director Christopher G. Moore. Watched on the 22nd of April 2025. The best character was hairdresser telling the other one to the customer. Best quote. Basically, hairdresser to the customer, so two best characters. Best quote. Go and get him or chase him, and what's the hurry? Best scene. Cutting the counter's face off. Hair. Doesn't matter. And then the review notes are like the actors and actresses were on point. The story was good and the special effects were relevant and sickening at the same time. So yeah, special effects were revolting and sickening at the same time. So that's why the story's perfect as well. So 10 out of 10 for that. Literally. Another good one is I'm 2020. So release date 2012. Subgenre horror thriller. Directed by Scott Della. And on the 22nd of April 2025. Best character of two comments and then probably. Best quotes is okay. There's a lot of best scenes, best quotes, best characters, so we'll leave that for this one. Now review though for it. Right, basically, they made a special effects work perfectly. What I expect from a horror thriller or whatever it is itself. For a horror thriller, is that they've brought the new people to life, but I mean it's so realistic, and the way they performed perfectly with the storyline with the actors and actresses have done a really good job of that film, and that's why I rated it 10 out of 10. Next page. Oh, it's okay. It's not 3. It's not 1. It's not 10 or something like that. Somewhere in the middle, but I'll tell you my rating once I tell you this. Total 30 days of nights. Date release date 2010. Subgenre horror. Director Ben Ketia and watched in the 22nd of April 2025. Review notes: good storyline, good events, and just tiny bits more power. Just a tiny bit more power. So basically, the storyline was okay. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad, but it's loads of room for improvement on it as well. So couple of guys, so it's like 50-50. So we could have wound up properly. Could have done with more special effects and more oomph from the actors and actresses. Best character was the girl. Can't remember her name. Best quotes: I never wanted a war. I just wanted people to know what just happened here. 98 men, women, and children nailed here. Best scenes had hit the light, and all vampires burnt to death. So overweighting 6 out of 10. Yeah. Okay, this one put me off my childhood favourite character. It's called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Sub-genre horror thriller, directed by Wise Frank Waterfield. Release date 2024. Watched it on the 23rd of April 2025. Review notes: it's too graphic and sickening and gross, not even scary. Would I watch it again? Well, questions: would I watch it again? And the answer is no to that. Because it's too graphic. Not scary, but it's too graphic, and it makes me feel like I'm gonna. Well, it makes me feel like basically just watching that. Because it's like too graphic. Best character was group planning on the board or owl, whatever it is. Best quotes: arguing, who is going outside, who didn't be late or something. Best in girl, blah 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 blah. Will I watch it again because it's so graphic? Probably not. That's why I rated it 4 out of 10 because of how graphic it is. Let's replay. That's a good one. That's the title of this film. Release date 2020. Genre, subgenre thriller horror. Director Anne Foray. Watched it on the 23rd of April 2025. Best quote: the girl, free the girl, best quotes: sure, just tell me now where I am. Right. Best sings wide people app. Some sort of app or something. People can't tap or some sort of thing. Tap. What was I saying? Well, basically, my review was that it's a very good film. Sort of comes right into your face, sort of thing. All the apps, all the app I use in this film, and it scares the crap out of you. It's really good. And it makes you feel like it's a part, like a little app of some sort. And I also remember jumping on my seat twice. So that's why I rated it 10 out of 10, because there were a few good jump scares in it. Literally. Right. Sinner. I've seen this film. This film's really good. Well, almost as good because they were mark off. Sinners restates was the 18th of April 2025. Genre horror. Director Ryan Coogler. And date watch the 13th of May 2025. At best character Sack, I can't remember that name. Best quotes, Bear, Game Alone, Time, but we are back now. Best scene, That Guy, Being, Punting, that's something. Well, basically, the film is good, really good. Good acting, good, some good special effects. To see that a tiny bit more, and I would have been completely jumping out of my seat for a couple of times. But the rating is 9 out of 10. What's that one? House titled House of Darkness. I've got to put the date down when I watched it. But I do. But I'll do everything else down now because obviously I wouldn't have. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known I've watched it. Otherwise, release date 2022. So genre horror thriller. Director D.W. Griff or famous. The best character, the two couples in the car. Best quotes, what or who was that? No, look, there they go. Okay, it's just the wind. Best scenes, creepy girl, persist and creeping, spooky. I bet. This could have been a better one, but the thing swelled like a tiny bit. The acting was a bit slow, could sped up a bit. The storyline was a bit timey-wimey, wobbly or whatever you call it. It wasn't too bad, but they got loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of room to improve on it. Loads of room to improve on it. I was at 2 out of 10 because it was, my opinion, it wasn't that powerful enough to get me off guard. That's all. This other film I watched was called Dolls. Release date was the 22nd of July 2018 or 19, one of the two. And I've watched it on the 19th of July 2025. 2025. Subgenre horror thriller. Director Sam Calvis. Few notes. Good storyline, good acting, good special effects. The only thing it needs is more suspense and power. Best character was Huntsman. So I can't answer best quotes. I hope I have a problem. Where did you go? Even come from? No question. I thought that bit a little bit was fun. Best scene, Dale comes to life. This is exactly the family moving in. We could have done with suspense, more power, and a bit more like jump scary scare. So I've given it 9 out of 10 for effort. Just needed to go a little bit more. Just needed to go a little bit more further, just to get that extra 10 out. 10 out of 10. Title: Unfriended Dark Web. The Moa thing. Released it was the 20th of June 2018. Subgenre horror, mystery thriller. And director Stephen Sekinko. No, I'm gonna leave the best actor, best quote, and best scene out. I'm gonna do my quick review. That's the story. Yeah, the storyline for this unfriended dark web thing was working a little bit, but not to its full standard. Not to its full standard. It was lacking with the special effects a little bit, and it was lacking with the story and the actors and actresses. So could have done a little bit more, or could have pushed it a bit further. But unfortunately, I could have. It's not that bad. Could have just added a bit more to can get a bit further to get a bit of a high score between 6, 7, or 8. Feel like it's a bit harder on it. But overall, the rating is 5 out of 10 because it's lacking a little bit. This movie title was I Know What You Did Last Summer. The release date was the 8th of July 2025. Watched it on the 22nd of July 2025. Genre is horror thriller, suspense, and director Jennifer Catherine and Robinson. Best character clearly his last name, and I can't remember his name either. So best characters, I think. Thanks for coming. Can you blame our best friend? I'm getting married. Best scene, flashback, and the person dies car and goes over the cliff. Review notes. Good storyline, good acting, good suspense, good horror thriller. Movie good. So special effects are all good in general, including the actors. So everything was on pinpoint with the storyline. So, and we give you quite a few jumps out of it, like about 3 or 4 jump scares out of it, which isn't too bad, but I think it works well with the story. So that's why I rated it 10 out of 10. Right. Innkeepers. Release date 3rd of February 2012. Tuffrey Independence. Director T. West. The Innkeeper was watched on 26th of July 2025. Storyline is good, acting is so believable, and the effects are top notch. Good, good, good and top notch basically. Testing some scares. So, what's up for you? Best, best characters, young blonde team. Like that. Can't remember his name. Yeah, I'm gonna leave best character that and the best scene. Rating for it because it could have done off more jump scares. And if we could stretch the story a little bit, just a little bit further, we've got 10 of 10. But unfortunately, they went at 8. Rating out of it, unfortunately, is 8 out of 10. Because they're missing a few. I have to stretch the movie a little bit and have a few jump scares. Literally. Oh god. Right, The Exorcist Blair. Read that. This like we've got a few more pages to give to you guys. Back again. Right, where was I? So, right. The Exorcist Blair. Release date was the 6th of October 2023. Watch date was the 26th of August 2025. Sub or genre, which is horror, directed by David Gordon Green. Could have worked a bit on it, but the best character was the girls circling each other. Best quotes, girls saying to each other, I found you. Best scenes, girls in the dark. Balance. Review notes. My one to be fair, it was a bit slow. The beginning, it was slower. Slowly getting better with the story. Just needs to pick up the pace. Special effects are good and acting's okay. So basically, the special effects were okay, all good. The story needed to be brought to life a bit more, with a little bit of speed. And the acting could have been much better, just to make you feel like you're a part of the story fully. So that's why I gave The Exorcist Believer 7 out of 10, because it could have done much better. Didn't make it feel special at all. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Release date was the 27th of August 2010, and watched it on the 26th of August 2025. Subject genre is drama, crime, fantasy, mystery, thriller, and horror. Director Samuel Bayer. For A Nightmare on Elm Street. Best character Freddy Krueger. Best character I am here. Best scenes sleeping in and then getting attacked or something like that. Right, review notes. Oh wow, to be fair, the remake wasn't all that bad. I do prefer the original characters in the original movie, but with the remake I wish they could have just stuck with the original mask and the original actor that played him, because it would have made it more jump scare and more in your face. It would have been 10 out of 10, but it was okay. It could have been better. The remake, I prefer the original than the remake. But for effort, I gave it a rating out of 8 out of 10. I think we could have done a bit more better with that. The Conjuring, Last Rites. Oh, that was a good film. I've seen that in the cinema. Release date was the 5th of September 2025. I watched it on the 10th of September 2025, so not far away. Subgenre supernatural horror. Director Michael Clavis. Best characters: Adam Wayne Warren. Best quotes. So when did this start? There is evil here. I felt before. At best scenes, Lorraine Warren pointing up, saying, "This is a demon." Very fast. The haunted, basically. It's oh, yeah, so basically, Contra Master Rights was good. The storyline was good. But it could have done with more. The actors were good, the storyline was good, but it just needed one extra thing, one more extra thing, just to get on that 10 out of 10 review. It just needed to have more jump scares. Loads more jump scares. So, he had a 1 or 2, and the rest of it were a chuckle. So, it's basically like 9 out of 10 for effort. Just could have gone. Actually, it was, I had a few more jump scares that might make me jump, and I could have got 10 out of 10, but It's 9 out of 10 for them. Yellow Brick Road. Oh, this is like a what's it Oz? Is it a Oz horror film? It came out on the 23rd of January 2010. So watched the 9th of November 2025. Subgenre cosmic classic horror folk thriller. Directed by Jesse Holland and Andy Manton. Can't remember his last name. Best character, Tuffrey girl. Best girl that comes round. Best quote, stay away from us. Do you remember I am your niece? Best scenes, Tuffrey girl versus Kankers when this tries to town her auntie's long. So yeah, some good. It's not because I'm like, well, too bad, but the storyline wasn't too bad, and the actor wasn't too bad. It's just the only thing is they could have improved on it. Just improved on it a bit more. If I've done that with more ultimate, like proper jump scares, it would have been 10 out of 10. But for trying their best, I won't give them 8 out of 10 because it's lacking a tiny bit. I've seen the first 5 Nights at Freddy's. That was 10 out of 10 because that was more jumpy and more entertaining. I think all animatronics in that come to life. If they were actually haunted. But the one thing that one extra thing that gave it that 10 out of 10 was Matthew Lillard saying, "I'll come back," kind of thing, and it was really brilliant. And I think him playing William Afton, he became my favourite character of 5 Nights at Freddy's. But there's another one called titled 5 Nights at Freddy's 2. Release date the 5th of December 2025. And I've also watched it on the 5th of December 2025. Subgenre horror, mystery, thriller. Director, I can't pronounce the first name, but Tommy, that's the last name. Best characters were Miss Mike, Springtrap, William Afton, this is my other character. Best quotes, do you want to tell me bad dreams? No, and then laughter. Best things, girl running down the hall, all new animatronics coming to life. Well, I can't wait for them to be announced. 5 Nights at Freddy's 3, if they are going to do it, I don't know when, but it's really good because it gave me no heck of loads of my one jump scare. Made it more interesting and fun because you don't know what to expect next. And they used not CGI and not full CGI or anything like that. They used proper original practical effects, which made it more authentic and made it more easier to connect it to the actual characters itself. and it was very, very interesting, and it was a very good storyline. So part one, Five Nights at Freddy went out, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, and also it was another good storyline of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So that's why I rated both films 10 out of 10, because it was brilliant. This one was a bit of an iffy one, so it's called Reunion Becomes a Nightmare, and it came out on the 19th of May 2024, and I watched it on the 18th of December 2025. Summer horror director Neil Arsenal. Best character, I can't remember her name, but it's a girl, and also a boyfriend or friend or whatever it is, called Richard. Best quotes, I am not going back. Well, swearing, and I forget the tones. Well, go back. Best thing, I get chased by a villain or friend or whatever of the movie and get killed. Uh, the special effects are realistic. The acting was okay, could be better. The story started off slow, but I was halfway through, so getting better by each scene. So steadily, which isn't too bad. Could have done a lot more of that actually. With the reunion becomes a nightmare. It could have been a little bit more. They could have got 10 out of 10. But for me, I rated it 7 out of 10. Just hit and miss. Right. Dark Motel, 10th of February 2024. Came out. Dark Motel. 9th of May 2026. I watched it. It's a subgenre horror suspense, directed by Michael Hunt. Best characters, Wade. Best quotes, let's go. That was one of the best quotes in there. Best scenes, person looking around, fighting all over the place to a creepy room and gets hurt, basically. Let's see. Basically, you had perfect jump scares, perfect acting. The only thing that was lacking a tiny bit was the special effects, but it wasn't too bad. It was, I rated it 8 out of 10. Curse of Humpty Dumpty. The 27th of August 2021. Watched it on the 15th of May 2026. Horror drama mystery, directed by Scott Chambers. Best characters, Bill and Lois Lemass. And Humpty Dumpty himself, because you can't forget him. Best quotes, I don't want to worry. This week, I think it was a bad idea us coming here. Best scene, the Humpty Dumpty doll coming to life. and a few jump scares. So basically, the effects, the acting, and the storyline was on point. Special effects just needed, all it needed was a little bit more oomph and more power to it, tone power, to make it more believable. I would have given it 10 out of 10, but it wasn't far off though. I've rated it 9 out of 10. Oh, oh, and Pinocchio's Revenge came out on the 7th of October 1997. I watched it on the 15th of May 2026. So it's similar, psychological, thriller horror, directed by Kevin Stanley. Best character, police officer, Leia Pinocchio. Best quote, don't move, how could he kill only a child? I am sure it was me. Best sing, Pinocchio's eyes moving. Pinocchio's body moving basically, so yeah. The only thing that was good is wasn't too bad. The story was good, the acting was good, the physical effects were good. Just needed to just speed it up a tiny little bit, and then it would have got 10 out of 10. But it wasn't far off because it was 9 out of 10 for that film, for Pinocchio's Revenge. Good practical effects though. The problems that the witching season. This date is the 27th of August 2015. Date to watch was the 15th of May 2026. So similar, horror web series and anthology film. Director Barleth and James Morris. Best character, female character was it's hard to pick because it's like there's quite a few ones in there. Best quotes are a few screens and running out of breath. Best scene, the killer is trying to find his murder victim, basically. There's definitely 100% good jump scares in this film. Acting was on top. The story was there. It was very, very close. Just needed one more element, and just to make it more special, to make the characters connect to the audience. That's what it needs to do. That's the only thing it needs to do. Other than that, everything else from the film's good. So I rated it 10 out of 10. Netflix season titled If Witches Could Kill. Oh, this is a good one. It's like season. There's a season thing on Netflix, not an actual film, but it's still good though. Days I watched. The release date was the 24th of April 2026, and date to watch 17th of May 2026. So similar, young adult horror, supernatural mystery thriller, directed by Park Yul-seo. Best characters, Ken Maya. Best quotes, I wish we all could die. Best scene, cuts her throat with a knife. to bring the curse to life, obviously. The storyline. Yeah, so basically, it wasn't too bad. It was really good. It was the storyline and the special effects and the acting. But I think it would have been better if they made this season, Netflix season, into a movie. And I think it would be more drawn to like people and that. But other than that, if it was 10 to that, it would be 10 out of 10. But other than that, it's 8 out of 10. So it wasn't too bad, so it's 8 out of 10. That's what I rate it. Okay, let's see what I can rate. Oh my god, Obsession. Oh, put him on that cover. That was really good. Release date 15th of May 2026. Date to watch 24th of May 2026. Second drama horror. Directed by Curry Barker. Barker? Breast cancer. Nikki. Olive hat. And the lover of boyfriend. Best quotes. If you are flirting with Nikki, I've got something for you, and I know she does. Listen, non-stop laughing. Carl those smashes. Her mouth opens up wide with a gaping black hole. Black hole grin. So, yeah. Very strong story, very good acting. Makes you feel like makes me laugh and creeped out 100%. Makes you feel all weird and stuff. So yeah, it's not that bad. It's like cringy as heck. But let's do. And that was so cringy, yeah. So that's all my reviews on most of the horror movies I've watched in my diary. I've got some more pages to fill in for the next set of horror movies. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and listening.